Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Tim Stenevec, along with Carol Master. Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg News cross-asset reporter Denitsa Sakova. Denitsa, what's on your mind today?
Let's talk about Airbnb. It was actually a story that came out late on Thursday about Spanish government ordering the company to remove 66,000 listings. The stock closed the day 3% lower. What we're seeing is that obviously there is this trend of crackdown on tourist rentals, and it's a lot of this. It's coming in European towns that often have a housing problem in the first place, that get a really big jump in tourism, and that's definitely been a thing in the last 2-3 years. There have actually been a lot of protests. A lot of the local people are angry with this. Wages haven't been rising as fast as those rental prices have been rising, as more and more apartments have been becoming Airbnbs. So housing affordability has been a big issue, and now we're seeing European governments actually cracking on those, and it's coming at an interesting time. We talked about how Airbnb launched this new overhaul app where they're trying to provide services of personal chefs, hairstylists. So they're looking for new services they can provide to people. And it's coming at a time where, you know, their core business is getting some limitations.
I mean, listen, right? The core of that business is their rental and their listings. But, you know, you kind of strip down a bunch, and like if that expands in other areas, other countries, that's a big deal. What?
I mean, local governments can do whatever they want to try to clamp down on this. New York City tried to. I believe you can still find Airbnb in New York. I don't know for sure. I haven't looked, but
I think
it's so funny. Even in our neighborhood, my husband and I are like, I think that's an Airbnb. Like we could just tell by like the traffic. It's like because it's residential, but it's like.
And the concern that critics of this system have, or the critics of this model have, is that it removes from the inventory a piece of property for a citizen who lives in that area. A hotel would also push back and say, you know, hotels have been big proponents of limiting this stuff too, because their business gets affected as well.
That's a good one. Yeah. I want to go to Moderna. This is the #1 gainer in the S&P 500 today.
Yeah, what a volatile week for vaccines. Even today, we actually had the FDA outlining an approach on the path forward, and we learned that U.S. regulator will no longer approve COVID booster shots for healthy adults and children without new studies. But there is a silver lining here, because the expectations were that the restriction will be way bigger. Though the stance would impose new limits on FDA approvals, it's a softer approach. The agency is continuing to make shots available for high-risk people. There are two groups. We're talking about adults over the age of 65 years, and children below the age of 6 months. So this kind of silver lining has been helping. We had Novavax rallying yesterday as well on some good news of vaccine approvals. That said, those stocks are down here today. There is a lot of Moderna is down 32%, Novavax is down about 4%. So this is much needed relief for Moderna today, but we're a long way from getting any gains this year.
All right. This one's my favorite because
I chose it for you.
Thank you.
Did you really? I didn't really
love
like
that.
it, but I was like, I think he'll like it.
All right, I'm gonna let you take it away.
Amer Sports jumped 19% today, the most ever. Obviously, this is a new company, but still incredible day. This is the maker of Wilson tennis rackets and Salomon ski boots. I thought it's just a good proxy of how the consumer is doing. The record rally came as the firm boosted its adjusted profit forecast for full year and reported first quarter results that top expectations. Forecast revenue growth is 15 to 70%. They're not too worried about the tariffs because the forecast assume the current 30% tariff on Chinese goods. And they actually saw a lot of growth in China, 43% year over year. We saw so many upgrades today from JP Morgan, Baird, Bank of America. So really a lot of optimism coming on that stock. It's doing so well. Just incredible day. So I don't know, Tim. Why do you love it so much?
Well, Salomon's are my preferred rain shoe. I'm not endorsing. I'm not endorsing a product here, but they're in a space that like is of interest to me. Yeah. Wilson makes tennis rackets. I grew up playing tennis, played college tennis, and Wilson was my racket. And then they do a lot with the ski industry too, and then also mountain apparel with Arc'teryx. It's a really interesting model, like the umbrella of brands that they have, and it's a company that IPO'd not too long ago.
Yeah,
and doing well this year.
They're doing so well in a very tough market.
I know, 33% higher today. I mean, this year, not today, this year.
High exposure to China, consumers, it's a big thing. I'm a snowboarder person, so I don't know too much about them, but they're doing great.
Hey, I'm sure some of those companies that make skis do snowboards too.
He's been all over this all day today.
I mean, it is like getting to be, the kickoff of summer, and we're talking about skiing, but that's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's never too early. Is it ever too early? To
No, especially nowadays, because these ski companies want you to actually buy your lift tickets ahead of time.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.